Reece James to miss 3 to 4 weeks with knee injury. Reece James had a very disappointing setback yesterday upon his return for Chelsea, as he went off in the second half with a recurrence of the knee injury that forced him out of the World Cup. James had been recovering well after the injury, which he suffered on October 10, but many felt it was a bad decision to play him from the start in his first Premier League game back. The England defender had a scan on the knee injury today, and the news is not positive. As reported by Simon Johnson, Reece James is now set to miss 3 to 4 weeks with a recurrence of his knee injury. James will now miss some important games for Chelsea, including 2 games against Manchester City and a clash against Liverpool in the Premier League. The decision for Graham Potter to start Reece James has been heavily criticised, and the private performance coach of the player took to Instagram last night and posted the following message. James himself also took to Twitter earlier on today, and posted the following message to his fans. 2022 has been the toughest year to date. Just want to thank you all for the support, none of you go unnoticed. It's naturally affected me mentally, I'm currently just trying to deal with the cards I've been dealt. I hope your end of year is filled with peace, joy and happiness. A tough pill to swallow for Reece James, but there is no doubt he will come back stronger. Chelsea are seriously exploring signing Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea are seriously exploring the possibility of signing Benfica midfielder Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea are now said to be seriously exploring the possibility of signing Benfica midfielder Enzo Fernandez. The club are very serious about the player, but there are complications. Benfica do not want to sell mid-season, and Fernandez himself is not in a massive hurry to leave Portugal himself. Chelsea, however, are now seen as the front-runners in the deal. Liverpool have been ruled out of signing Fernandez in January, and Manchester United can only afford loan deals. According to Ben Jacobs of CBS Sports, Chelsea are now seriously exploring signing Benfica midfielder Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea are heavily interested, but there are chances that a January deal won't happen. Benfica are calm about the situation as things stand, and the player himself could well prefer a summer move. Liverpool had interest in Fernandez, but the signing of Cody Gakpo is likely to mean they move for a cheaper midfield option in January. Chelsea had not been mentioned as a proper player in the race for Fernandez until yesterday, but things have moved fast in the media since then with regards to their interest. Groundwork has already been done from the club, and they have been in contact with the player's agent. Official interest has been registered. The Blues will continue to explore the move in the coming days, and it will likely become clearer whether a January or summer move is what will happen with the Benfica midfielder. Chelsea ready to move for Josip Juranovic. Chelsea are reportedly ready to move for Celtic defender Josip Juranovic after the injury to Reece James. Chelsea are reportedly ready to reignite their interest in Celtic defender Josip Juranovic. This comes after Reece James went off injured in his first game back yesterday against Bournemouth. James had been out since the away trip to AC Milan in the Champions League on the 11th of October, but seems to have injured the same knee. It is a worry for Chelsea, and they will likely find out the extent of the injury later today. The club now need to sign a right back, and Juranovic has been a target for some time. According to the Mail Sport, Chelsea are ready to accelerate their interest for Celtic defender Josip Juranovic. Juranovic had a brilliant World Cup with Croatia as they reached the semi-final, and his performances in the tournament may have made up the mind of the scouts internally at Chelsea. The Celtic defender is likely to be available for £8 million, which is a low risk for Chelsea. Reece James needs replacing if his injury is to be as bad as feared, and £8 million is a small price to pay. Juranovic would be open to the move to a Premier League club, and Celtic are unlikely to be in a position to turn down an approach from Chelsea. Chelsea hold further talks with Joao Felix's agent. Chelsea have held further talks with Joao Felix's agent over a potential loan deal. Joao Felix's agent Jorge Mendes has been shopping his client around Europe in a similar way to what he'd done with Cristiano Ronaldo, and Chelsea have registered an interest in possibly signing him. Felix is set to leave Atletico after falling out with Diego Simeone, and Atletico are prepared to allow him to leave on an initial loan deal. The club getting Felix must pay all his wages, and there will be a loan fee to be paid. The expectation is that Felix will move to the Premier League. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea have held further talks with the agent of Joao Felix, Jorge Mendes, over a potential move for the player on loan. Jorge Mendes has offered Felix to a number of clubs, and the feeling is that a Premier League move is currently the most likely scenario. Manchester United and Arsenal also have interest. The loan fee for Felix is expected to be £8 million. Chelsea are looking for a new striker in January, but it is not expected to be an expensive investment. It is more likely to be a stopgap investment. It will ultimately be down to whatever club feels they need Felix the most. Manchester United are currently not willing to match the terms that Atletico want, and Arsenal are busy trying to sign Mykhailo Mudryk. Chelsea will likely take some time to deliberate internally and decide whether it is the right move for them.